Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so very much for coming this afternoon. We are gathered together in the sight of God to bless Jay, Corbin Ameglio, and Ashley Nicole Sack as they join together in marriage. The holy covenant of marriage was established by God, who created us for each other. Today, we rejoice with them, and we thank God for creating this particular union of hearts built on friendship, respect, and love. You may all be seated. Moms and dads, it's your turn. Do you, Robert and Deborah, together as Ashley's parents and lifelong teachers, loving providers and mentors, do you both entrust her now to Corbin to be loved and respected and supported through marriage from this day forward? And do you, Michael and Anna, together as Corbin's parents and lifelong teachers, loving providers and mentors, entrust him now to Ashley to be loved and respected and supported through marriage from this day forward? Ashley, Corbin, and all who are gathered here, hear now an imperative from the Scriptures. From 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. Dear children, let us not love with words, but with actions and in truth. And from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. Love is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices always in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Well, you two, I love the verses that you chose. And I especially love when they are read at a wedding, because they speak about where the most complete love in all the world is found. And that is inside relationships where all the parties partner together with God to help each other become more whole. Now, God's idea for marriage is way more than two people just falling in love. And frankly, it's way more than even some married people ever experience. Don't let the lesser examples dumb you down, Ashley and Corbin. Go big when you dream with God about your marriage. Bet your whole lives that God's sacrificial, unconditional love will work. I think we have good evidence that's exactly what the two of you are going to do. I've watched as you've both had lots of opportunities to practice God's love, especially when you came to visit our family about a month ago in Blacksburg, mostly to play, but also to have a little pre-marriage counseling weekend. Between trying to sell Ashley on Blacksburg and trying to help Corbin relive every hokey memory, both of which I think were accomplished, I asked you both to talk about the themes that have been present across your relationship, to think seriously about how and why you value one another. And then I asked you both to write your thoughts down individually without sharing them with one another. I also asked for your permission to share some of them here today. So with your permission, I enter a few of your own thoughts as evidence. Ashley, I asked Corbin why, out of almost 8 billion people on the planet, he chose you. Corbin began. Ashley's commitment, personally, professionally, and emotionally, is what continues to drive our relationship. She's always reminded me in simple little ways how much she cares about us. We are a team, without a doubt. I asked him why you're a good fit. He said, Ashley is endlessly caring. We both communicate our love through quality time together. Our commitment to family is something we both share beyond measure. We both agree that our lives will not be measured by material objects, but instead by the ways in which we give back. Corbin said, our relationship began with quite some geographical distance between us. But even with that being said, every Monday morning when I woke up at 2 a.m. to drive from Rochester to Toronto, I would always be surprised by the acts of kindness prior to my departure. Ashley was committed to making what could have been a tough drive a very easy one. Whether it was packing a care package with snacks for the drive or blending a smoothie or brewing coffee for me, I never hit the road tired or with an empty stomach. These simple acts of kindness have been woven through our relationship and have continually demonstrated Ashley's commitment to us being a team. And then, in something I've never seen before in all my marriage counseling, Corbin offered a list of your differences as evidence for how you go so well together. He said, where Ashley is rooted in a sense of home, Corbin is a vagabond, content going wherever the wind blows. While Corbin is napping, Ashley is working. While Corbin is a driver, Ashley is a rider. While Corbin's pillow is broken and beaten, Ashley's pillow is perfect and fluffed. Where Corbin's jokes aren't even funny, Ashley laughs anyways. Where Ashley likes to do it yourself around the house, Corbin knows the phone number to call. Ashley is a Spartan and Corbin is a Hokie. Thank goodness for separate conferences. And then he ends with this. Ours is a classic case of Beauty and the Beast. Corbin, I asked the beauty why she chose the beast. She began. In my life, up until I met Corbin, I knew deep down that God had more in store for me than I realized or understood when it came to a lifelong partner. I met Corbin at just the right time in my life, when my heart was close to God and when it was finally ready for Corbin. Our journey of getting to know each other and the story of falling in love with Corbin is the answer to all of my quiet and private prayers over the years. I just could never picture the face of who this man would be, but I knew I dreamt of a godly, kind-hearted, gentle, funny, forgiving, hardworking, trustworthy, and gracious man. Thank God she had a God for this, Corbin. Who would love me for who I am, and who would build a family with me based on love and joy. I asked her what she loves most about you. She said, although Corbin is supportive of all the ways I work to grow and improve myself and all the dreams and expectations I have for myself, he doesn't go one day without telling me this phrase, I love you more than you know and more every day. She continued, one of my favorite things about Corbin is his positive and joyful perception on life. No matter what he's going through or what comes his way, Corbin finds a way to see the positive in that situation. He finds a reason to have joy and a reason to be thankful. His perspective is refreshing, and it's making me a better person as I practice this mindset that comes naturally for him. Corbin knows what it means to love. He is gentle. He is patient. He's kind and forgiving and thoughtful, and he is faithful. Not only does he display this love to me each and every day, but to his family and friends and coworkers and everyone he meets. It's because these qualities are who he is without trying. Corbin has taught me what it means to truly love someone unconditionally. And then about why you are the perfect fit, Ashley said, Corbin has brought so much laughter into my life. Apparently being funny was no prerequisite. He encourages me to relax more and to add more fun to everything. He makes me want to continue improving. He encourages me to grow and go after what makes me happy. And one thing he always says to me is, you can do anything good. Finally, I asked you both what you hope to give to one another in the years ahead. Ashley began. I hope to give Corbin a reason to smile and a reason to laugh every day. I want to give him the best version of myself. I hope to give him encouragement and support as he goes after his dreams for his career, his personal life, and our family's life. I hope to build a family with him and have each day full of joy. And we will go on adventures, whether it's travel or building a life in new places. And Corbin said, I hope to give Ashley consistency. I will show up every day for our marriage, choosing Ashley every day. I will be her boost of confidence as she pursues goals beyond today's wildest imagination. And I hope to always treat dinner together like our first date, where I forgot to eat because I was so wrapped up in her company. I want to build the family we've always dreamt of, together creating the beautiful chaos that is home. Well, Ashley and Corbin, I believe we all know something about your unconditional love for each other. I believe you chose the verses in 1 John and in 1 Corinthians 13 because you are living inside them already. Even more than the beautiful words that you wrote down, you are practicing love in action and in truth. Barbara Brown Taylor, who is one of my faith heroes, says that real sacrificial friendship, the kind God dreams about in marriage, means saying, I will go with you over and over again, whether you feel like it or not. It means caring about someone so much that you get all your hopes and your dreams and your fears all mixed up with their own, and you want the best for them as much or more than you even want it for yourself. Ashley, Corbin, when a marriage has God at the center of it, it becomes the safest place on earth to say, I will go with you over and over again. And you will never be able to do this alone, not even on your best days. But you have this promise, Ashley and Corbin. God goes with you. And God goes within each of you. And this is how you will always find yourself inside the love that never fails. Amen. And now, because Ashley and Corbin have decided to spend their lives together living in the love of Christ, who offered service and forgiveness as the best ways love grows in the whole world, they've chosen to celebrate it here today with communion. Because communion is the way that we remember and place ourselves inside the love of Christ. Every time we participate in communion, we remember the all-in love of Christ, who gathered his close-in friends one night, not long before his own death, to help them remember what mattered most. And on that night, Jesus took the bread, and he held it up and thanked his Father for it. Then he looked his friends in their eyes and said, take this and eat it, all of you. This is my body. It's broken for you. And on the same night, he took the cup and held it out for them and poured it out and said, this cup is the cup of forgiveness for your sins. For all the ways you don't have it right yet, I'll be with you and I'll guide you. Every time you eat the bread and drink the cup, you proclaim what's true until Christ comes again. So now I invite you to participate